False, but none of this was happening, especially on the kind of scale that Trump was claiming.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much for your time this morning and giving us the latest, because a lot of this is getting very salacious, I guess. In the beginning, you kind of think, all right, the January 6th hearing, how could this be? And then you have somebody calling the president detached from reality. It's getting pretty good, I got to admit.
Well, it's not boring, and more to come.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks. This is KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles. And before I go, I just want to tell you about, have you heard about Martin Scorsese's Restoration Screening Room? Well, he's going to start showing free movies, and here's why. So he's worked to restore and preserve all these old movies because he says he wants future generations to be able to enjoy them. And this latest initiative of his puts the Restoration Screening Room virtually online, where you can watch one movie per month, and it's shown for one night only. And so this, I mean, we're talking about the 7-Year Itch, just some of the older movies, the Marilyn Monroe one, of course, I was talking about. And they say that in some of these movies, the color had been drained from them, or they didn't look quite right, or they were done in a way where on a regular screen, maybe they were going to, be black around the edges and it wasn't going to be super on point. They have completely restored these movies and the color, all of that, because they want people to get the real experience as though they were there when these movies came out. So again, it's called the Restoration Screening Room. And once a month, you're going to get to see one of these old school movies that Martin Scorsese's Film Foundation has redone. KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles. Let's get a look at on the 5 and this crash in Tustin right now.
Absolute mess for the drive, Jen, heading southbound as folks are making their way toward Tustin Ranch Road. Got a crash and it had the carpool and left lane shut down, although CHP on the scene say they're getting that cleared off to the shoulder here, hopefully sooner than later. Right now, your drive packed in tight 5 southbound through Santa Ana from as far back as the Orange Crush with the 557 and 22 split. Got an update on this problem or anything else slowing you down? Pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic, westbound side of the 91. Riverside through Corona, heavy stretches of slowing overall from Tyler as you make your way toward the 241 toll road. Checking your drive on the 105 westbound through Linwood off the 710. It's those usual heavy stretches of slowing toward Crenshaw Boulevard. And 91 west as you're also into the 105 west, you'll see a bit of a rough go for the drive as you're coming away from, let's say, Paramount Boulevard or Cherry. As you make your way beyond the 710, that 91 westbound going to be rough for your drive towards Santa Fe or Alameda. 110 north through South LA, that's still going for you from Manchester as you make your way toward Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Further northbound on the 110, though, as you make your way through downtown, pretty quiet right now from the 10 to the 101. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations, that's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all, so let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the results. Yeah, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guaranteed. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Hand me that nail gun. Here you go. And here's the prize. Lunch. Who's hungry? Maybe instead of loading up a nail gun with French fries to feed the crew, we should just order lunch through Easy Cater. Food from all our favorite restaurants. My bad. On time and as ordered. Delicious. Huh. Load up the hot dogs while I think about it.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Food for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at easycater.com. As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Sizzler's new share baskets are just $5.99 with purchase of entree or salad bar.
SoCal weather from KFI, hot. So we're going to be hot for about 3 days this week. Inland highs are going to be in the low 90s. We'll start to cool it down into the 80s over the weekend, but it looks like we're starting to get into that summer heat. And it looks like we could be back into the 90s by about the middle of next week. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your Tuesday wake-up call. Handle on the News starts now.
Handle on the News. Handle on the News. And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning. Bill Handel here, and the morning crew on a June 14th, Tuesday. All right, today my countdown starts. I got some good news for one and all. Next Thursday will be my last day here, not broadcasting forever, vacation. So just letting you know, so the count 9 more days. Now it starts at about 10 days out. 9 days, then 8, then 7, then 6. And
Starts for us, too.
oh, that's right. You guys really get the vacation, don't you? Anyway, so it's Tuesday, June 14th, Flag Day. My father's birthday. You know, my entire family was born on holidays.
Really?
Yeah, my mother, July 1st. My brother, May
July
1st? July 4th, I'm sorry. July 4th is my mom. My brother, May Day. Not that the holiday, it's the International Day. My dad, Flag Day. I'm at the end of August.
Oh.
And,
sort of explains
and
a
the
lot.
pattern fails. Yes, and the pattern fails right there. Anyway, good morning, Jen.
Good morning. Happy 247th birthday to the Army as well. It is the Army's birthday.
That is cool. And there is Wayne. Good morning.
Good morning. That's a big gift card if you're going to
That is a big gift card. That's true. Here, have a few hundred Army personnel, fighting vehicles.
A lot of candles on the cake.
Yes. Alex, good morning.
Morning.
And there's Tyler. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Bill. Can you hear me
I
okay?
can.
Wow,
Today
that
we
is great.
Yeah, we had a little glitch yesterday where I could not hear Tyler. We have these new studios, for God's sake. We have the studio there are temporary studios that are going up before our permanent studios are going up. So these are sort of haphazard, halfway studios with, incredibly old equipment.
What was odd was that you couldn't hear me when I was standing in front of you either.
That's also true. Yeah, that has a lot to do with the batteries, but in the hearing aid. But in general, actually, I like these studios more than I've ever liked the other studios. I find this studio it's just easier to use. Anyway, matters not. Hot day, a lot to talk about today. Interesting guy coming up at 9 o'clock. I read an article about him in the New York Times. A consultant, and Wayne, you'll appreciate this. He's a white-collar advice consultant where he helps people who have already been convicted and have already gone through the process. Now, here's how you deal with prison. Because white-collar people don't have, I don't know people who've gone to prison. I know a few that are going to go to prison, but nobody who's actually, no, that's not true. I do know people who've gone to prison. Matter of fact, I know a lot of people who've gone to prison. Matter of fact, I went to school with a few people that have gone to prison. All right, guys.
You talking about Justin? Justin's coming on?
Justin went to prison.
I know, but I'm saying Annie now has a company that does...
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, he's coming on.
not Justin Worsham.
I didn't know Justin went to prison.
Later today.
Yes. All right, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's get right. I'm going, I didn't know Justin went to prison. That's kind of cool.
Okay, just for the record, Justin Worsham did not go to prison, everybody.
Okay, just for the record. Fair enough. Let's do it, guys. It is definitely time for Handle on the News. Brought to you by the Lemon Law experts at Knight Law Group. If you think your car might be a lemon, call the folks at Knight Law, 844-43-LEMON. All right, let's do it. Handle on the News. Jennifer, Wayne, me, lead story. Well, we're going to talk about this come up at 7 o'clock. The January 6th committee continues on. Some statements No huge surprise other than one big question, and that is the extent that Donald Trump knew he was going to lose the election versus him believing that the election was stolen. And that is a very big deal as to his potential culpability. Because if he knew the election was stolen, or it could be proved, he has now fallen into that rabbit hole.
If he knew it was not.
If he knew it was not stolen. That's exactly.
They are now laying out, and I feel like this is new, because when they said we're going to go prime time and we're going to have, and I thought, we know everything. They're laying out a very cogent thing here that I didn't think we had before. Why, if he knew he lost, why would he persist with all of this? And this information about the $100 million in fundraising, 250 million, that he spearheaded for this, defense fund, legal fund that apparently didn't exist. This can be now viewed, I'm not saying this is what happened, but it can be viewed as a completely understandable graph.
Yep, absolutely, and that is fairly new. There were hints of it, about him raising $250 for his defense, and the defense actually going to court some 60 times or 63 times, of which 62 out of 63 he lost, and the one that he won was a technical issue as to how close both the Republicans and the Democrats could actually go to, the watchers, the vote watchers could actually go to the counting facility. It literally had to do with feet, and so it's going to be fascinating. I'll talk a lot more about that at 7 o'clock, because then I'll tell you who's going to have a real issue on his hand. Merrick Garland. Does he go forward? Does the Department of Justice go forward? Do you actually go forward with an ex-president? Or, God forbid, to many Democrats, a sitting president if Donald Trump gets elected. Of course, they can't do anything until he's out of office. But it's crazy making. All right, let's move on.
All right, lawmakers have sent this proposed budget to the governor. This is the state's $300 billion budget, and 2 days ahead of their deadline. And a lot of people are saying, great, yay, you got something in on time, but what's actually in it? According to Republicans, it doesn't do enough to address the state's incoming crisis, including drought, wildfire, strain on the electrical grid, and the looming recession, which really doesn't matter because Republicans have such a small amount, or there's so few in the government, it really doesn't matter what they say. But the one thing that I think the governor is going to have a problem with is that it leaves the gas rate, the rebate, in limbo. And of course, he wants to give these bigger rebates out without tying them to income levels. And he's worried that lawmakers will commit to these different programs that would have to be cut if we run into a recession.
Hey, did gas go up yesterday?
Yes.
We don't even mention anymore when gasoline goes up. We didn't talk about that once yesterday. And I just want to make
so gas went down yesterday. It decreased, actually, which that should have been news.
All right, well,
but it went up then today.
Okay, because yesterday, nationally, it had been reported it went up another penny. Remember, it hit $5 and 2 days ago?
Right.
And then yesterday it was $5.01 national average. And my point is that gasoline, we're now only reporting it when it goes down. No news means it's going up. We'll come back and do more. In the meantime, here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Well, the Federal Reserve's policymaking arm starts talks today on its next interest rate hike. The financial community does expect to see the Fed jack up the interest rate by about 0.75%. The town of Uvalde, Texas is getting help from the feds. The Department of Education announced yesterday a $1.5 million grant to the town's school system to help recover from last month's mass shooting. And GM is trying to make rental cars for the moon. GM announced yesterday it's teaming up with Lockheed Martin to develop a line of lunar mobility vehicles that will provide transportation for manned missions on the moon. We'll get a look at your drive with the KFI in the sky. We'll check the 110 in just a moment.
If you're a homeowner with a 15-year mortgage and you're finding it difficult to make that big monthly payment now, call the folks at HMS Capital and discuss a 30-year loan. Now, it's certainly no fun paying $6.50 a gallon for gas or $14 for a pound of chicken. It's truly a different world today, and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. So, When you got that 15-year mortgage a couple of years ago, it made all the sense in the world. You wanted to pay the house off quicker. Interest rates were pretty good. But man, now it may not make sense anymore, because even with today's rates, a 30-year loan can make enormous sense. Your payment's going to drop, that's for starters, and drop substantially. HMS Capital can make your life a whole lot easier. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com, hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA Banking Empire, MLS ID number 2427. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130360. Equal housing lender.
From the Driveway.com Weather Center, sunny today with highs from the low 70s at the beaches to the low 90s inland. This report is brought to you by Churches. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 110.